Did you feel the chill when Thor whispered a prayer instead of cracking jokes? And did the final image make you wonder if thunder is fading? Today we're breaking down the leaked Thor Doomsday teaser 2, decoding clues, scenes, and destiny, because Marvel be preparing us for a God's goodbye. Avengers Doomsday isn't being marketed like a normal Marvel film, and that alone tells us something dangerous is coming. Marvel quietly attached 4 serialized teasers to Avatar: Fire and Ash, forcing fans into theaters repeatedly, echoing how Infinity War once dominated cinemas through mystery, anticipation, and carefully controlled narrative pressure. The plan was theatrical exclusivity, but leaks shattered that illusion within days. Grainy footage, whispered descriptions, and leaked audio spread like wildfire online, turning Doomsday into Marvel's most dissected project since Endgame. Every frame now feels intentional, every word heavy, especially when Thor suddenly becomes quiet instead of comedic. The first teaser leak shocked everyone by bringing back Steve Rogers. The imagery mirrors Endgame's final moments, showing a peaceful farmhouse, warm sunlight, and Steve holding a newborn child. This isn't Captain America the soldier. This is Steve the man, seemingly protected from the coming storm. That single image reframes Doomsday's stakes. Steve survived his war, built a family, and stepped away. Yet the teaser confirms Steve Rogers will return, implying his peace will be disrupted. Marvel is signaling nostalgia, closure, and tragedy simultaneously, reminding audiences what's at risk when the multiverse begins collapsing violently. Then came teaser 2, and its tone couldn't be more different. Thor appears stripped of humor, framed in shadow, short-haired again, wearing regal gold armor reminiscent of Infinity War. No jokes, no swagger, just a god kneeling, echoing the emotional gravity of Thor speaking to Rocket about loss in Avengers: Infinity War. The leaked audio is devastating. Thor prays to Odin, asking not for glory or crowns, but time. He admits he isn't worthy of life, begging only to see his love once more. This directly contrasts love and thunder's chaotic energy, signaling Marvel's intentional return to Shakespearean tragedy. The word love carries immense weight here. Fans widely interpret it as Thor's adopted daughter, Love, introduced after Gorr's defeat. Remember Thor choosing fatherhood at Eternity's altar, mirroring Tony Stark choosing family in Endgame. Marvel has historically given death flags to heroes once they find something worth living for. Visually, the teaser reportedly ends with Thor and Loki will return, instantly igniting speculation. Loki now exists outside time, holding the multiverse together as the god of stories. Thor praying for time feels tragically ironic, because Loki is literally the one controlling time's fragile threads. Marvel clearly positions Thor as Doomsday's emotional core. Industry insiders claim he's the second lead, paralleling Infinity War, where Thor's grief-driven arc dominated screen time. That structure matters because Infinity War ended with devastating loss, and Doomsday appears designed to emotionally devastate all over again. This brings us to the terrifying death theory. In the Time Runs Out comic storyline, Thor dies alongside Hyperion battling cosmic beings beyond comprehension. Doomsday reportedly adapts elements leading into Secret Wars, meaning heroic sacrifice isn't just possible, it's narratively convenient for Marvel's larger multiversal reset. Thor's prayer sounds like farewell language. Marvel has used similar setups before. Tony recording messages in Endgame, Natasha finding purpose on Vormir, even Logan's quiet acceptance in Logan. When heroes start speaking softly, Marvel usually prepares audiences for irreversible consequences. Another theory suggests Thor may die saving Loki. Their relationship has always been tragic, from Thor choosing mercy in Ragnarok to watching Loki sacrifice himself before Thanos. Doomsday could invert that dynamic, allowing Thor to finally protect Loki, completing their arc with a devastating act of brotherly redemption. Thor's death could also introduce the Thor Corps, a multiversal police force seen in Secret Wars comics. Variants of Thor enforcing Doom's battleworld would visually cement his legacy while allowing Chris Hemsworth an emotional send-off without erasing Thor's mythic presence from Marvel's future storytelling entirely. But there's a powerful counter-argument. Multiple sources claim Thor 5 is in development after Secret Wars. Hemsworth reportedly wants darker material and a director shift, possibly Sam Hargrave. Killing Thor in Doomsday would complicate that, unless Marvel plans resurrection through multiversal reconstruction after Battleworld collapses. Marvel has revived characters before, but rarely without cost. If Thor dies, his return would likely be changed, older, or burdened with cosmic consequences. That aligns with Secret Wars themes, where survival reshapes heroes permanently, just as Endgame reshaped Bruce Banner, Clint Barton, and even Steve Rogers. Now let's talk about the shadow looming over everything, Doctor Doom. Robert Downey Jr. returning not as Iron Man, but as Doom, is Marvel's boldest narrative gamble. Leaks suggest he's a tragic variant whose family died during an incursion caused indirectly by the Avengers' multiversal interference. This Doom reportedly hunts anchor beings, individuals whose existence stabilizes universes. Loki is one. Franklin Richards may be another. Thor, a god tied to ancient cosmic forces, could also qualify. Doom's logic isn't evil, it's ruthless pragmatism shaped by unbearable personal loss. Imagine Doom confronting Thor, a god begging for time, while Doom believes time must be sacrificed to save reality. Their conflict becomes philosophical, not just physical. Thunder versus intellect, faith versus control, sacrifice versus domination. Marvel thrives when its villains reflect twisted versions of heroic ideals. Loki's role intensifies this tragedy. As the god of stories, he literally holds the multiverse together. Doom targeting Loki means Thor is emotionally trapped. Save his brother, and reality dies. Save reality, and Loki falls. This is exactly the kind of impossible choice Marvel uses to break its strongest heroes. The anticipated Thor and Loki reunion could be brief, emotional, and devastating. Picture echoes of Ragnarok's elevator scene or Infinity War's opening tragedy. Marvel often mirrors past moments to amplify pain, and Doomsday seems engineered to weaponize nostalgia against longtime fans deliberately. Leaked cast lists expand the scope further. Fantastic Four, including Franklin Richards, Thunderbolts, and Fox-era X-Men reportedly appear. This confirms Doomsday isn't just an Avengers sequel, it's a collision of timelines. When universes collide, deaths matter more because consequences ripple across realities. Interestingly, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange appear absent from some lists. That suggests Doomsday may focus on older generation heroes, allowing newer leads to inherit the aftermath in Secret Wars. Thor's possible death would symbolize the end of Marvel's original mythic era completely. Marvel's strategy mirrors Infinity War's design. Focus on emotional anchors, isolate heroes, then collapse everything. The serialized Avatar teaser release builds dread slowly, conditioning audiences week after week. By the time the full trailer drops, fans are already grieving a future they sense is inevitable. Thor's prayer is the heart of this entire leak cycle. Gods don't pray unless they feel powerless. Thor asking Odin to let the thread lengthen sounds like someone aware of his destined end, begging for delay, not escape. That language is heartbreakingly specific and deeply intentional. If Thor survives Doomsday, he won't emerge unchanged. If he dies, his legacy will shape Battleworld itself. Either way, Marvel is positioning him as the emotional pillar opposing Doom's cold logic. Thunder doesn't always win, but it always leaves echoes behind. Doomsday feels like Marvel's love letter and warning. Nostalgia will hurt, heroes will fall, the multiverse will break, and Thor, the god who learned humility, may finally learn acceptance. Whether he dies or lives, this teaser suggests his story is reaching a mythic turning point. Marvel wants audiences arguing, fearing, and theorizing nonstop, and it's working. Every leaked frame, every whispered line, feels designed to emotionally exhaust fans before the film even releases. That's not accidental. That's calculated storytelling on a franchise-defining scale. So if Thor truly falls in Doomsday, remember this prayer. Remember the silence. Remember the god who asked for time, not power. And if he survives, remember the cost. Either way, Thunder will never sound the same again in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you want more deep Marvel breakdowns, Doomsday leaks, and Secret Wars theories, make sure to like this video, subscribe to FilmVerse Hollywood, and turn notifications on. The multiverse is collapsing, and you don't want to miss what happens next.